Hi guys, it's Nancy here and I am back at last with my American album shares. I want to apologise first off for my nasty nails, I do apologise for that. So yes, I have finished all of my American layouts. There was 180 in the end. That's a mixture of 12 by 12 and pocket pages. So I am going to have to split these videos into probably 3 videos, and they are going to be quite long, but I know quite a few people have said they want to see the whole album together, and I really like seeing album shares because you get to see a lot of layouts and get a lot of ideas quite quickly. So as I said, there is 180 layouts for me to share, and there is 3 albums. So I have just used some stickers on the side there just to number them. I don't know if you've been watching my channel well, you know that I took this with me when I went in 2012 and made this little folio up, and this really contains all the like ephemera and bits that sort of run alongside this, and said I made this and took this with me and this travelled around. So this has this is nowhere near like full or anything. See, like, it has $1. I could have taken that when I went recently. But yeah, so I've got like all the bits of ephemera and stuff in here. So this will kind of stay with these albums now, and sort of, you know, this sort of more memorabilia book and these 3 albums. Okay, so let's just crack on. I'm going to try and sort of, you know, get through this quickly and not kind of go on too much, but I know people like to hear the stories and stuff behind my layouts. I would say that I started this in 2012 and I have just finished it, so there's quite a variety of layouts in here as well. So I think that's all I really need to say. Yeah, you will see me keep sliding this. It's really hard to film an album share because trying to find somewhere where you can see like directly above, it's a little bit tricky. So anyway, let's get to it. I recently shared this. This is just the title page that I made, and I chose this Simple Stories paper, this travel one, because I knew that I literally brought the whole collection before I went, and then ended up probably only doing about 3 layouts with it. So I got that at front, and that just has book 1 from it. So this is the first page. I think this is actually the first page I made about the trip. And this is about getting over the fear of the long haul flight and everything, and said most of this is using these bits are all from the Simple Stories, and I don't know, it's not too dissimilar from my current style, but it's okay. This, hang on, let me just move some bits out. This one I shared literally in the last week, because this is when I looked at the whole album I realised this story was missing. Again, I did look at this a bit and kind of see that there was going to be another sort of yellowy bit, and again this is using the Ready Set Go collection from Amy Tan, one of my favourite collections. And again, this is still, I mean, you can see how my style has changed on those 2 layouts. So this is the Hollywood hotel we stayed at. Again here using Dear Lizzie. I believe I'd done a process video for this one when I way back, using all kind of strips, and then this is using my roller stamps and embossing. I do then have throughout the album some divider pages. Some of them are just purely photos, and some of them have journaling cards in. This one is actually 8.5 by 11 layout, kind of in the style of a page protector, because I didn't have enough photos to kind of put in a page protector, and I did cut some down. But so then just a little bit of journal card and just some really simple embellishments on here. Again, this was another filler story that I'd done. You've seen the video for that one. I love all the peach tones on this, and it's really kind of, when I was flicking through this, I'm like, I really need to do more peachy layouts because I really love this, and like the twine and stuff. So yeah, really love this with the gold. And this is when we first arrived on our balcony. Again, this is just a little bit about the hotel, and sort of like how the back of the hotel was beautiful and the front was not so great. And and just a little bit of journaling about that. Again, this is a very, I think I made this page the day I got my silhouette, because this was one of the free cut files on the silhouette. So yeah, this is one of the first pages I made, and it's got even some like Jenny Bolin embossed cardstock there. I didn't do any journaling on it. I could have, but I kind of just like it as it is. And it's just my boyfriend on the balcony. As I said, I do have just pure photo sleeves in here with no journaling, because we kind of know where it is, and so I've just got some photo sleeves in there. Again, you'll have seen this one recently. I don't know if this was recent actually, maybe not. But it's like the stitching one on, and again using, this is actually Punchinella sequin waist and just teals. And again, there's not too much to say about this, it's just beautiful pictures of LA. This one is using up old thickers. So I put a load of old thickers down and laid some tissue paper over. There's lots of layers on here. I really love how the texture of this one came out. It's really lovely. This one is Avenue of Palms, and I love the bright colours on here, and actually using a bit of Punchinella. I really love these fabric frames. I haven't seen any fabric frames recently. I don't know if there is any collections which have fabric frames in them. But I really love this, and said this is just kind of me, you know, taking pictures of atypical what I expected in LA is to see avenues of palms, and I did. Again, this is just more kind of snapshots of, you know, atypical LA streets. So I've got like a picture of a 7-Eleven, kind of very what I think is sort of Americana, sort of, you know, advertising signs, and then something that, you know, we found really funny is the countdown to like across the streets, because of course we don't have that kind of thing in the UK. So there's little details like that that I really wanted to record. This you'll have seen a process video for, I believe, and this is just about different food and things in LA. I've just done some kind of split journaling either side. This is the Walt Disney Opera House, and actually I really like this kind of offset square that I've done here. So kind of when I was looking through this album, I've kind of come up with a few different things that I want to try, and that kind of offset square I want to do again. Again, here is just some photo sleeves of some more views around it, and the way that I've set it out is it works within the context of the stories being told. So this is the story being told of us going on a tour, a guided tour. And again here, another page here, and I really like this format of scrapping 3 photos. And again, I've kind of gone with the travel themes of cameras and planes, and I really like that, and I think I'm gonna carry it on in my new album as well, because for me that is just travel. So this is just, you know, a couple of different tour sort of sites and stuff we saw, like the Los Angeles Superior Court and stuff, which of course you see on telly and stuff all the time. And then our guided tour bus. And again, this is a more recent layout. Just some little photo cluster here that I made. Some more shots from around on the tour bus. And again, I just like how these kind of work in. This one I did leave a space just so I could journal about the farmers market, because originally the farmers market at Fairfax, we went on the guided tour and then we went back again when we had the hire car. And as you'll know, if you've followed myself on Instagram, then you'll know that we went several times again to the Cheesecake Factory shop, and I really love the Grove and Farmers Market. So again, I think I probably took this picture of Barnes & Noble, like the time I went again. Here is a picture of me, and it's so funny looking at this album because they have super short, super short, like blondie ginger hair, like almost natural hair. For me, it's just hilarious to see the photos of me and think, wow, I look so different. And I also weighed a bit more when I was taking these photos as well. But yeah, that always is a bit funny. This is just about my love of bird of paradise flowers. I fell in love with them when I was at art college and used to love doing drawings, like really scratchy ink drawings of them. And it was so fab to see them growing wild. So even though this is a holiday one, I do talk about, you know, my love of, you know, them since art college. So it's good to kind of mention things like that in as well. This is a very muted page for me. It's quite funny kind of looking through. And this is just about the Cheesecake Factory and the fact that we went and shopped and ate and my boyfriend got his iPhone and stuff when we went. Again, this is another one about food. These are actually from, oh, I can't think what it's called. It's one of the Simple Stories ones. The girly kind of themed one, and these are actually photo overlays, so there's kind of like little doily patterns, and I very rarely put them over photos, but I did on here, and I really like how this works. There's a lot of Echo Park bits on here as well, and again I've got the little plain details. Absolutely love this layout. This is one of my favourite layouts because this is the one that I entered the challenge I done for, it was, oh, I can't think what they were called. It was Sandra and Lisa's Saturday Stash Dive, that was it. Like going on their design team and stuff like that, and it was kind of repurposing stuff, so I kind of painted up some chipboard, used these very old Love LC transparencies, and kind of like, this was a photo booth photos we done, and I really love this page and I love this busy background, and yeah, so yeah, this was just a photo booth photos that we had taken in Hollywood Boulevard. Again, this one I done recently, and this is kind of one of those filler ones because I had lots of like the little photos that I wanted to use and kind of edited bigger photos, so, and I really like that, and it kind of works quite well next to that page. Here is just one about, like, I had a photo checklist which was in here. A lot of the stuff in here came from a Chamel, I don't know if it was a class or a freebie from a class about like prompts, if I can find it. Yeah, so there was like a photo checklist that she put in, so I really like that idea. I'm doing that. I didn't actually do it when I went away this time, but I like that idea. So here's a couple of things on a photo checklist. Me outside Target, and a post box, which is completely different from our post boxes. Again, you know, the obligatory kind of like stars. We didn't take like loads of pictures, but kind of as I went along, I took ones of people that I really admired outside Kodak Chinese Theatre, or like the different ones like Harry Potter, Star Trek and Star Wars. And here is a picture of my boyfriend with The Simpsons and Michael J. Fox, and he's wearing his Back to the Future t-shirt. And again, this one I made at crop, and this was kind of, this was a leftover that someone gave me, like this globe, and I kind of just chucked that on. And again, this is where I'm kind of using much more of that Punchinella kind of stuff. And there's a tiny little bit of journaling down here. This is kind of one of my favourite sort of ways of clustering 3 photos together. And again, there was a space here for some journaling, but I went to journal on here and I thought, I don't really need to say anything because we don't really kind of do anything here, so I kind of just left that kind of space there. I could possibly go back and journal, not quite sure at the moment. Sticker's coming up. This is just, again, got the little camera on. Here just some more photos around from the Kodak Theatre as well, and the Chinese Theatre and the Egyptian, and what is this? This is Capitol Records. And again, just some more pictures from around there. We did see a Zoltar machine. Me and my boyfriend are big fans of Big, so I did just scrap a picture there. And then on this side there is more of a close-up picture of it, so it kind of works in well together. And again, cameras on here, big sort of clustering out. And I love these papers where there's kind of already like a border on there. I believe that was a Maggie Holmes. Again, just a funny one about the tourist photo list. Again, my boyfriend stopping and taking pictures. Taking a picture of a fire hydrant, hey, why not? Getting little planes on here. But yeah, I really like this. And again, it's that photo cluster. We didn't do like the star houses tours or anything, but when we were on our guided tour, we did get shown this one, which was Jennifer Lopez's house. So I kind of thought I'd scrap this again. I've used a little photo overlay on here, and I just called it On the Block, as if in Journey on the Block, because I'm funny like that. So check out. And again, I've used lots of like vellum speech bubbles on here, so that kind of ages a bit. Because can you remember if you were like subscribed to Studio Calico Kits and you just used to get an abundance of vellum and speech bubbles, and yeah. So that is that one. Again, get it right, Nancy. These ones are pretty recent. Ones where I was just kind of filling in. So this is Chinatown. This is this sort of downtown sort of LA, LA love, hearts in LA. I've used that on quite a lot of layouts. Again, we have cameras and planes. This one again I done pretty recently, and this is just talking about snacking. Again, this is one of the other sort of photo layouts, because this is kind of all the first part of when we were in LA, and then we took an internal flight from LAX to San Francisco. So of course there's some obligatory out the window shots, and I did buy the Ready Set Go Project Life kit. So where I have used cards, I've kind of used them, and I've used quite a lot of Amy Tangerine throughout this album, so that actually works in quite well. And there's loads of planes flying over, as there always is when I try to record stuff. And again, I just cut this actually down. This is a bigger sleeve, and I actually just cut it down. So again, I've got a bit of journaling there. This one I did share because I made these little embellishment clusters, like pre-made embellishments for a Hey Little Magpie blog post. And again, so I've just got some journaling about Millbrae, where we stayed in San Francisco, and we actually stayed at this same hotel. Again, so that's quite funny, and I'm going to have to check, because I think our rooms are pretty close. That's quite funny. Didn't think about that. And again, just here starting to talk about going around San Francisco. And it's quite funny because I matched these to my coat and bag. This is then in San Francisco. As you'll know, it was really rainy. We didn't actually get to see much. I had a killer migraine. It was a little bit of a poop. We stayed there again this time we went, so we did do a lot more. Even though I got food poisoning while I was there this time. So maybe San Francisco is not the place for me. Again, this is using a lot of pieces from that Simple Stories collection, and I've got a little American map here, and I wanted to use those a lot more throughout this album, and I realised I didn't. So I'm going to have to do some stamping up and cutting out of those to use as embellishments, because I think that'll be a really good embellishment to use in my new album. Again, I believe there's a process video for this one, and this is just talking about how soggy it was and how horrible. I haven't journaled on here, because I have journaled on this side about how it was rainy and miserable. So, and again, there's a camera, there's geotags. This is a beautiful cupcake store we saw. We didn't go in because like they were ridiculously expensive, but I kind of wanted to just I took a picture of the display and stuff, so just use some cupcake embellishment. So it's a little bit themey, that one. This one again is like kind of quite bright and brash, and these, I'm not sure I like these now. I don't know, it's weird. I loved them when I done it. I don't know, and it kind of works with this, but it's just slightly the wrong pink. But hey, it's done now. I'm not going to worry about it. And this is just like some different sites of our days in San Francisco. Again, here are just some more divider pages. This one again really ages it, because can you remember when like hexagons were like really in? So this is just a picture of coffee and a croissant, but oh my god, I remember when everything was hexagons, and I believe this was My Mind's Eye paper. Yeah, so it's just really funny because yeah, you kind of flick through and you go, oh my god, that's that trend. Where I think anyone else who isn't a scrapper looking through this wouldn't go, oh my god, how like, you know, can you remember that trend? this is just a really simple page. This goes back again, and I'm relating back to my art college days. When I was first at art college, I'd done a lot of work around like buildings and like photos of buildings and like the facades and the angles and stuff. And so I used to take jaunty angle photos, and I think I even done it before I was at art college. So again, I'm talking about being in America, but relating it back to kind of like, you know, my art college days. And again, there is a globe on here. And then here is just some more filler pages of different things we saw. And then this is the Japanese garden, which I love. And I love these layouts. These are still some of my favourite layouts that I've done. And I can't think who made this paper. It really irritates me. I found a piece of paper from it the other day. It's like the Wild and Free collection. I even know what it's called. But yes, it's not coming to me. There was Wild and Free, there was another one. Anyway, so these, I love these photos. We went again, and I took loads of photos again. So I will be scrapping this again, and I don't mind that. I did, when I went this time, I did kind of monitor some of the photos I took, because I thought, I don't need another, like Vegas for example. I'm not a huge Vegas fan, but I took loads of photos of Vegas last time, and I thought, I don't need repetition of all those photos again. So, but this I didn't mind. And this has to be one of my favourite pages I've ever made, and it's totally not my style, and it's using a really old piece of Prima paper, which was like pre-printed and like you could watercolour in, and I have actually just found another piece which I think I might try and use. And I've got transparencies on here. I've done all this ink work. There was kind of like a little photo strip piece and then a bit for, and I just love it. I absolutely love this layout. And it's not really me, but there is a video for this one as well. So, and that just finishes up this album. As always, I've overstuffed my albums. I know some people prefer, you know, not to kind of fit this many in, because let's have a look. I'd say there's probably about 30 odd layouts, 30 pages in here, so about 60 layouts in here. So it's pretty chocker, but I'm happy with that. I haven't as yet put anything on in here, and I don't know if I will. I don't think I did on my Barcelona or my Paris album. And as I'm going to have them on the shelf, that is the bit I'm going to see anyway. So just really happy that I've got through this and shared this with you all. Like I said, I will be back. I'm not going to kind of put them all up one after another, because I think that might kind of be, I don't know, a little bit boring. I'm kind of spaced them out a little bit over this week. So that is album 1. I will be back with album 2 very shortly. Bye!